PE season is back, baby. Smells like a glove. Yo, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these bad boys right here. This is the Air Jordan 12 in what Sneakers is calling the Field Purple colorway. However, most OG fans already know what these guys are right here. This is Gary Payton's shoe, the other one. So for those of you guys that are just kind of unaware or maybe new to the game, this shoe right here, much like the previously released black and yellows, they are both Gary Payton PEs from when he spent a very short time on the LA Lakers with Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, amongst others. But while he was in LA and playing for the Lakers, he no longer had his official signature sneaker line anymore, which I think is unfortunate, but that's kind of the name of the game at this point when it comes to business. There's somebody on YouTube that I really love to watch. His name is Robert Meyer Burnett. Very intelligent, especially when it comes to movies, the movie industry, and business. But he has a saying that I just love because it's absolutely true. It ain't show friends, it's show business. And that's kind of what happens. What?
No, I just love that. It's nacho friends. It goes with those, my nacho threes.
And nacho cheese and all that stuff, yes. But basically when your star starts to dwindle, when you're an NBA athlete, so do the lucrative offers, the shoe deals, the signature stuff and all of that. It's really unfortunate, but it is true. It's happened to the best of them. It happened to Charles Barkley and countless others. But luckily Jordan was a brand at that time. So while Gary Payton did not have his signature line, furthered, he did get PEs just like this. Now, are they identical to the PE? No, they're almost though. Like, this is super close, I gotta say. The one thing that they're definitely missing is the PE branding. On the left shoe, I believe it always said the glove, whereas on the right shoe, it had his number, which would be 20. The other main, stark difference would be the heel tab area. It's just a different color. But other than that, they're almost the same, man. It's just crazy to see this stuff. Like, if you would have told me back then, eventually they'd come out, because we always just saw them as PEs and that was it. Like, we never thought that they would release. But if you were to tell young Chris that all of these PEs that you grew up loving are going to release one day so that you can own them, I'd have told you that you was crazy, man. But here we are, and it's amazing. Now, as far as the Air Jordan 12 is concerned, it's a fantastic basketball shoe, first and foremost. I know that most people wear Jordans as lifestyle shoes, especially nowadays. Don't be fooled though, we did it back then too. A lot of people were like, nah, they just make these to wear off court with your jeans. It's like, bro, what do you think we were doing back in the day? That's why they retro them. But not only do they look great off court, it's one hell of a performer on court. This, in my opinion, much like the Air Jordan 8, is just kind of the tank of the Air Jordan signature line. This is a beast outdoors, it's a beast indoors, it's amazing. This is the shoe that I always flip back and forth between the Air Jordan 13 as my favorite performance shoe from the brand of all time. Now, as far as the outsole is concerned, you can just check out that herringbone. Man, it's beautiful. I love the Air Jordan 12 outsole. In addition to that, they have a carbon fiber shank plate. Actually, I have my good old original Jumpman Pros right here. They have the same exact tech specs. This was kind of a takedown of this shoe way back in the day. And despite the lower price point, they didn't take out any of the tech. So it was really weird and very cool for somebody like me that was broke and could only afford 120 bucks instead of 150. But if you wanted to know what the shank plate looked like, it does look like this. Obviously, the pattern of the carbon fiber is a little bit different. This is traditional checkerboard, whereas the 12s do use a herringbone type of pattern, but it's carbon fiber nonetheless. And then inside of the midsole, which is made out of Phylon, is one of these bad boys right here. This is a full-length zoom unit, and it's just amazing. It doesn't matter how you put this tech setup right here. It doesn't matter what shoe it's in. It's always phenomenal. So this is one of my favorite setups ever, and they're in these guys right here. Now, the shoe does start off very stiff. Like I said, it's kind of a tank, so you do have to break them in, mostly because of that carbon shank. Just like the Air Jordan 11s, when you start to wear those things, you're like, yo, these are mad stiff. It's because of that bottom plate. It, like I said, runs almost full length, so you're gonna have to break that thing in just a little bit. But once you do, man, you win. Perfect. I do wonder though, are they sending Gary Payton pairs? They better. And does he remember them? Some hoopers, man, like, they don't give what they play in. They play. And he's one of those guys. Like, obviously he knows his own shoes, but like, I wonder if he remembers getting laced up by the brand, or the Jordan brand.
I feel like yes. Only because, does anybody just think of Jordan as a regular guy? Like,
No, he's a f***ing god.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything that you show me on the internet where they're interviewing other players, they're like,
Black Jesus.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. He was that dude. He still is. The guy sells shoes. I don't know how. He sells shoes to people who never watched him play a day in his life, or their life. Like our son wears the hell out of them. They just love them. I don't know what it is about them, but there's like magic mixed in with all of this stuff.
And everything nice.
I think it's because they were all designed with love. Now moving on up to the upper, it's all leather everything, which is one of my favorite things ever, especially when it comes to footwear. So again, if you're looking for a basketball shoe that's built tough and not built like modern shoes, this is an option. It's just gonna be a little stiff to start. As far as the leather quality is concerned, honestly, it's just kind of whatever. It's what you would expect from an Air Jordan 12. It's kind of soft, but it's not super soft. It's not like the originals or anything like that. Is it close enough? I would say no, just for the price. Like, you can get better materials than what's on here. You know what I mean? Like, they're starting to do that with the 13s finally. I'm really hoping that the white and red 12s in the later end of the year are premium. Premium for performance standards, not like Gucci premium or Louis Vuitton premium. Like, I don't need that. Just make it a little bit nicer like the original product was, and I'll be happy. This right here is a step down. Is it good enough to wear? Is it good enough to play in? Yes. But just know that it's not the best leather ever, and it just kind of is what it is. Now, the two stripes that you see that are done up in purple are also leather, but they're very thin. They're also very stiff. I don't know what they back these with nowadays, but these are the parts alongside the carbon fiber plate that's underneath the foot are the things that really need to be broken in, especially right here. This one right there, I don't know what it is, but it just like pops into your foot and stuff. It's really weird. Again, the originals weren't like that. The 2004 retros weren't like that. Those were buttery. I'm telling you, those were softer than the originals. But again, if you're just casually wearing these, you probably won't care. They're going to be good enough. If you're hooping in them, just know that they're going to take a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra love before they start to feel great. The tongue is just awesome. I think it's one of the coolest features. I absolutely loved it. And I know that you can't see it very well because of the laces, but I loved how it spelled out 2 and then had the actual number 3 underneath. I just thought it was a slick thing. Back in 1997, I was in high school. I felt like it was more creative than just slapping on a 23 or whatever and stuff. So I thought it was dope. The tongue material is synthetic, so that's the part where it's like, that's definitely garbage, which is unfortunate, but the tongue is actually comfortable, so it is what it is. Right up at the top here, you actually have gold eyelets and everything. These would have looked really cool had they just been painted black, but again, this is just like the PE, so I'm not mad at this whatsoever, even though it does kind of stick out like a sore thumb, at least in my opinion. I don't think I would have even wanted the brushed nickel look or that fake chrome look. I think that if they were just matte black, it would have looked way slicker. The insole though is nothing like the original, which is unfortunate, but it is Dream Cell, so if you like that, there you go. If you don't, it's fully removable and you can put in anything that you want. The best part about the shoe though, besides all of it, is the 23 right there on the just looks so good. This is sexy, man. Now, as far as fit is concerned, you can do one of two things. You can go true to size. Most people will be good to go. If you have a super slim or narrow foot, you might want to go down half a size, especially for performance. You will get a better one-to-one fit if that's the case. Wide footers, I think they normally go up half a size for 12s. I don't know for sure just because I don't have a lot of wide foot friends or anything like that, and I don't think you've actually owned a pair of 12s yet, so you know. But basically go true to size for most people and you should be good to go. Again, just keep in mind that this is one of the tanks within the Jordan line. It's gonna take a lot of break-in time, but if you put in that work, you're gonna get rewarded, man. This is one hell of a shoe right here. And for everybody that's interested, if you are in our area, the Sacramento or Elk Grove area, these will be available over at Phenom. You can follow them on social at Phenom916. That is exactly where they will notify everybody as far as like what the launch procedures are, whether it's first come, first serve, online raffle, in-store raffle, and so on and so forth. If you're not in this area and you still want to check out Phenom, they have 2 other locations in the Minnesota area. You can follow that account at Phenom Global. Other than that, they should be available at all Jordan brand retailers. I don't think this is going to be a limited release or anything like that. I think that's probably my favorite thing about them releasing these PEs is that they are not hard to get. But with all that being said, sound off below and let us know what you think about these in the comment section. Is this a cop? Is this a not? Sound off and let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, have a good one.